Congratulations, you finally made it to 4 p.m. You know what that means. Happy hour. It's time to kick back, relax, and dive into the world of sports with the Young and Norvelle Show. Whether you're catching up on the latest scores, analyzing the big plays, or gearing up for tonight's games, we've got you covered. So grab a cold one, settle in, and let's talk sports. Here they are, Patrick Young and Terry Norvelle.
All right, here we go, kicking off a brand new week of the Young and Norvelle Show on a hot June Monday. I'm Terry Norvelle in studio here at our Action Sports Jacks studios with a lot to cover. We hope to hear from Patrick Young a little bit later. Brent Beaird comes up at 5:30, but before we get to all that, we got ourselves a lot of sports to digest coming out of the weekend and heading into today, tonight, a lot going on. And we'll get to it with you today, 4 to 6, right here on the Young and Norvelle Show. Casey Kurtz producing, of course, as we got a lot of storylines. We're going to get to the U.S. Open golf. Pretty fun, considering a pretty good watch yesterday, considering it was not a star-studded leaderboard at all. Just enough drama, just enough weather, just enough pissed-off golfers. Just enough shell-shocked golfers. I think J.J. Spawn he was kind of comatose the last couple of holes. We'll get into the U.S. Open. I did think it was pretty fun watch, and I think the weather, they had a weather delay yesterday in the U.S. Open. I think the bad weather up and down the East Coast, the Southeast, I think a lot of us were inside yesterday. I know I watched, and we'll get to it. We'll break it down here in a moment, but I watched a lot of the leaders' final round. I went to an establishment and I knew I was going to be home watching the end of the round. So I went up to an establishment and I was waiting to get into my car to go to the establishment because of the rain we had here as I welcome Casey Kurtz. Casey, I'm sure you took in a lot of that golf yesterday. I think the weather in a weird way helped a non-sexy leaderboard get some viewers, because I know I dashed up, Casey, to watch the leaders' first couple of hours, and Casey, where I was at, there must have been 20 guys. You could tell by their what they're wearing. They got rained off the golf course.
Right.
A bunch of guys got rained off the golf course, and then you saw, Casey, during the round. There was the weather break-in all the time, and you saw the national radar. It rained all over the country, the south part of the country. I think that helped a non-star-studded leaderboard. Everybody was rained in.
Yeah, I mean,
everybody was rained in.
Definitely. And listen, if the other reality of the situation is like, wasn't much else on.
No.
MLB baseball has really screwed up their Sunday format. There's no national game during the day.
Yeah.
So you didn't have that. NASCAR's on Amazon now, which is still watchable, but it's not like you can't stumble upon it. You have to go find it.
Yeah.
Yes, there was some college baseball, but again, like that's not in my opinion.
Absolutely. No, that's not.
You're not watching that unless you care.
That's not going to draw millions just because it's on the dial.
Yeah, so U.S. Open was like, hey, it don't really matter who's in it. We've got enough shots of Scotty Scheffler to show you that he's still a person, right? He still exists. You can see that. Yep. But you're kind of here if you want to be here, and I'm sure they're going to have huge ratings because of that.
Yeah, it was, like you said, with Scotty Scheffler. He never got in it. He couldn't drop a putt, but he was close enough to where they weren't making it the Scotty Scheffler Invitational just going to him because he's 40th.
Correct.
Right? He was enough near the front page.
But it helped because everyone was in it, basically.
It really did. It really did. It wasn't anywhere near the star power leaderboard you wanted. But it was intriguing. We'll get to that. NBA Finals tonight. Game 5 tied it to a piece. We will at least go 6 games. We know that. So tonight in Oklahoma City, Thursday Indiana. We know, and then Sunday if necessary. Oklahoma City. Indiana has hung around. I think it's anybody's series right now. I know I've flip-flopped back and forth. I thought OKC before. When Indy won that third game, I thought that was a pivotal game. And then OKC showed some guts, man. They showed some guts. This thing, anybody's series right now, you think, Casey?
I'll go yes, but I think Oklahoma City's in a better spot because of the home court thing,
they get
right?
to it. 2 of 3 if needed.
Yeah, you win tonight and you feel a whole lot better. You got one to play with on the road, and then you could come back and win it in Game 7 if you had to. And I still think Oklahoma City's better, like the better talent-wise team. That doesn't mean anything because Indiana's deeper. But I would agree with you. It wouldn't shock me if either team ended up winning the series, but just because of the schedule situation, I like Oklahoma City.
One little scary thing that started to rear its head as I'm watching this, the last couple of games in the NBA Finals, SGA, he looks like he's getting physically beat down a little bit, like Edwards last year. Remember in the last few games, Edwards just looked like he was not the biggest man on the court and had to work harder and got ground down a little bit. SGA needs a second wind. Would you agree with that? Needs a little. I know he got 30 whatever the other night. Looks like physically they're getting to him a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, listen, longest season he's ever had. He goes the same for a guy like Tyrese Halliburton. So they're in uncharted waters a little bit, and that goes to where's your championship pedigree, and Oklahoma City doesn't really have that. Pacers do. Pascal Siakam's won a title, so maybe they lean on him. But for me with Oklahoma City, it's just, I said this to Brent earlier, like it can't be SGA brings it down the court, dribbles for 14 seconds, passes it, gets it right back, and then creates a shot. Like, you got to let some of these other guys go to work for you in a situation where you may be out of gas, longest season you've ever had, and I think they got to look somewhere else for offense, not for an entire game, but for long stretches.
Yeah. Certainly, that is the case. Developing story. We'll get back to the NBA Finals. We've got 2 hours to get back to the U.S. Open. I thought there were some neat things inside the U.S. Open. Some of the guys showed their ass. A couple guys showed their ass. One guy in particular, I thought, did. One guy could have. We'll get back to U.S. Open golf, NBA Finals. Developing story in Omaha. I don't know if you followed today. The early game today, 2 o'clock. It is in the 7th inning. Arkansas and Murray State elimination game. Tonight, you have a unbeaten game, LSU and UCLA, but 2 games today. Arkansas leads now in the 7th. Arkansas is the visiting team. They lead 3-0 in the 7th. That's only part of the story. Arkansas's starting pitcher, Gage Wood, has a no-hitter going into the 7th. Arkansas has 9 hits. They've only scratched 3 runs, including 2 just in the 7th. I mean, it's been a 1-0 game for the longest time. But Gage Wood, and I'm not sure, I haven't gotten an update. I'm not sure. I hope Weather hasn't gotten this thing because, man, I've been stuck on top of the 7th, no outs with Arkansas plating 2, and it looks like they're still in that half the inning, Casey. So you can help me a little bit on that as well if you can see anything. I hope they're not. We've been so far so good with weather out in Omaha. But, yeah, a no-hitter. This is an elimination game, so Murray State's got a few outs left in their season. By the way, if Murray State gets knocked out, they obviously lost earlier today or this tournament to UCLA, so this is an elimination game. If Murray State gets knocked out, then clearly, I guess, even though they've won a title in baseball, Coastal Carolina will be the darling. You realize they're on a 25-game winning streak?
Coastal? Yeah, I heard that yesterday.
Coastal is on a 25-game winning streak. Coastal Carolina has not lost a baseball game since late April to the College of Charleston, and they move on. They're still winning. So we'll track this baseball game. Arkansas, and this will be one of those deals, too, where, Casey, if they are in a rain delay or a lightning delay or what have you, it's an awkward situation, but you wouldn't imagine that Gage, the starting pitcher who's got a no-hitter going, you wouldn't imagine he could sit around more than about 30 minutes, right, to run back out.
Yeah, probably not.
Because he's got 78. By the way, 78 pitches through 6 complete, 13 punch-outs, 13 strikeouts through 6. If I'm doing my math right, if you've completed 6 innings, 6 times 3 is around 18, isn't it?
Yeah.
So he's got 13 of his 18 outs so far via the strikeout. But yeah, and again, winning the game is goal number 1. But you would hate to see this kid sit on the bench for an hour weather delay and then obviously can't go back out. He would cool down, and you just wouldn't want to do that. You also wonder how, if he comes, okay, now we move to the bottom of the 7th, so I think we're okay. I would imagine Wood is going out, Gage Wood, with the no-hitter. Casey, also the other way to look at this, Arkansas poked across a couple of runs across. They lead 3-0 now. So they're going to the bottom of the 7th. Wood has 78 pitches. So he's burnt for the next – he's probably burnt unless they get to the championship series. Yeah, or a weekend possibly. So you just ride this guy, don't you?
Yeah.
Just ride him.
I would say so.
Ride him out because remember, Arkansas lost game 1. This is only their second game. They've got to ride through that losers bracket for a long way. So, yeah, a lot going on. Murray State trying to come back.
Yeah, we're a little bit behind. He's through the 7th.
He's through the 7th. Okay, I'm showing 1 out now. I've gotten slowed down here, I think, with our interference and all.
Yep.
So, a complete 7-inning no-hitter going for the Arkansas starter. Arkansas leads Murray State 3-0. They play now into the top of the 8th inning. Again, Arkansas is the visiting team in this game. And let me take a peek here. Yeah, Wood's, 14 now strikeouts for Wood. And I don't think he's, quote-unquote, one of their – maybe he's their 2. I guess he's their 2. God almighty. Goodness gracious.
Maybe something.
Goodness gracious. What an outing he is having. But Murray's around. Murray's hanging around. Boy, it looks funny if you're Arkansas. You got 9 hits. You're no-hitting the other team, and you're still in the ball game. I mean,
yeah, sort of.
Bases loaded keeps the other guy in the ball game.
Yeah.
So anyway, we'll track that game. The rest of the College World Series tonight. A winners bracket game. LSU, UCLA. That should be a good game. And then obviously we've got the rest of the week going into the weekend to see who will make it to the best 2 out of 3 championship round. In NBA Finals we'll get back to. College baseball we talked about. Major League. My goodness gracious. Casey Kurtz, what the hell was going on in Major League Baseball this weekend? Oh, Devers, what about the trade, Casey? Where'd that come from?
Yeah, I mean...
Guy hadn't been happy all year.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I don't give a crap about that at all. If I'm the Boston Red Sox, he's your best player. You get him away for nothing.
What in the world?
Yeah, that is terrible. That is really, really bad. Listen, I hate the Red Sox. I said this exact line earlier. I hate the Red Sox more than any other team on earth, and I stand by that. So I don't care they trade away their best player for nothing.
Crazy.
But they did that, and they can figure it out from this point on.
Rafael Devers, the power hitter for the Red Sox, started off real slow, was angry with management. I don't know if those two things were related, but he's picked it up. He's a good player. He's a really good player. He got 15 home runs and started out like 2 for 40 or whatever.
Yep.
I mean, so he goes to the NL West. And I heard the guys talking. Does some of the national guys talking today? Does I don't even know his name, the general manager for the Red Sox, does he have a chance to keep his job? I mean, what in the world? As I understand it, recently the Red Sox have traded away Chris Sale,
yep,
Mookie Betts,
they did,
and Rafael Devers.
Mm-hmm.
How do you do that for 2 moon pies and an RC?
Well, I mean, listen, the Chris Sale thing, no one expected him to be good.
I get it. That's fair enough. That's
Mookie
fair
Betts was terrible. This, to me, though, is worse because the reason you made your best player unhappy is because you brought in someone else to replace him,
yes,
even though he was your best player. So you
Yeah.
bring in Bregman, who's good in his own right, but you screwed that up. The player got mad at you, which he should have because he is one of the best in the sport, and then, didn't want to do the crap that you wanted him to do.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's a bad situation all the way around, and for the Giants, a heck of a move.
Oh.
Not sure how that actually played out. I've seen reports that the Red Sox actually called the Giants. I don't know if that's real, but if they did, thank goodness they picked up the phone because they fleeced the heck out of the Red Sox.
Wow. So Devers really can swing it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's a legit. I don't think the Red Sox have had a 30 home run guy in a long time. He can really swing it. Not the best glove at third.
No.
But that's where he wants to play. Right?
Yes, correct.
So the Red Sox bring in
Alex
Bregman, who's a good, solid baseball player, a better glove.
Definitely.
Not the bat.
Not a better bat.
Good bat, but not Devers' bat.
Correct.
So the Red Sox bring in Bregman to play third, and they just think, okay, Devers, obviously you're going to still be in the lineup.
Yes.
Your bat stayed in the lineup. We'd like you to scoot over to first and then DH some. Devers has no interest in first base. right? And what does he have no interest, or did he take that as a slap in the face?
Mostly slap in the face.
Slap in the face, yeah.
But he also has said, I'm a third baseman.
Yeah, he says, I'm a third baseman. Really can swing it, doesn't have a great glove. DH is probably his best deal, right?
It is, but I think it was unfair how they got there to him in his mind, and he let him know, and that's why we are here where we are today.
Yeah. What are the Dodgers thinking when all this happened? By the way, Devers homers over the weekend
yesterday
to help the Red Sox sweep the Yankees.
Yep. Then they said, you got to go. And he's like a historic Yankee killer, too. Brent was talking about that earlier.
Is that right?
Yeah, because Brent's a Red Sox fan, and which sucks for him. I don't care. But he's like, you can't trade away the guys that kill your arch enemies, and sure enough, they did.
Oh, my goodness. But how ironic. He hits a home run yesterday as part of a 3-game sweep. And I think the Red Sox, even though they're not really a factor in the division, right? I mean, Tampa's ahead of them. Toronto, I think, may be ahead of them. Mm-hmm. Obviously, the Yankees are on top. But
they're still a decent team.
But don't look now. I happened to see it this morning. Red Sox are 5-1 against the Yankees this year.
Yeah, the only team that beats the Yankees consistently.
Yeah. So, and then Casey Kurtz. What in the world? The NL West. Oh my God! Are there enough playoff spots for the NL West?
Not at the moment.
I mean, and the Colorado Rockies are in the middle.
It's pretty crazy.
So San Fran gets sent over. I mean, Devers gets sent to San Fran. Mm-hmm. The Dodgers are the Dodgers. The Giants are the Giants. Really good. The Padres are really good. I do think I was reading some stuff, and help me out here. Arizona may be in a sale mode. Arizona, I'm not sure, but some stuff I read this morning, is looking at the trade deadline at the end of next month. They may be in a little bit of a sale mode, but they've been a pain in the ass the last 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, they're a 500 team.
When they make the playoffs, they're a pain in the ass.
If there wasn't so many good teams in the NL, then, we'll see. Yeah. And if they go on a run, maybe that changes. But, there's a lot of good teams. You got a whole bunch of teams right at 500 and all in play for the wild card. So,
yeah.
We'll see.
Boy, that expanding the wild card really has helped baseball, hasn't it?
I would say so.
It keeps 10 franchises in each league engaged.
Yeah, it's the best or anti-tanking move they've made.
Yeah, it keeps teams engaged, organizations engaged. How about this? I think I've got this right, and I don't know, somebody may have looked it up. Yankees, all of a sudden, cold as hell. We just talked a week ago about how hot Judge was. Mm-hmm. Boy, baseball, all these games can change quick. Do I have this right? Yankees, Mets, both over the weekend swept, even though they're both still in first place.
I think you do.
Mets were swept.
Yeah, the Mets got swept by the Rays.
The Rays. Mm-hmm. Shame on me. The Rays aren't bad this year.
No, they're okay.
I mean, they're decent.
They're decent. They're not good enough to.
They're going to fade, right?
Yes.
I mean, I think they just jumped ahead of Toronto.
Yeah, they're in second place now.
Yeah, but that's going to fade, right?
Yeah. I mean, they may be a wild card, but they're not good enough to beat anybody when it matters.
Goodness gracious. I mean, Major League Baseball with all the games, so much can happen in a week. I mean, Judge just went, 1 for 9 with 9 strikeouts or something? Something ungodly. Mm-hmm. And he was just killing the ball. Just absolutely killing the ball. Other baseball stuff I want to get to, and let's go ahead and do it now just so we don't miss it. Surprised Ohtani's getting on the mound tonight?
No. Well, surprised only because the last we heard was he was throwing live BP, mm-hmm. and then Dave Roberts is casually like, yeah, he's going to pitch tomorrow for us.
Yeah. What I hear, they brought some minor leaguers came in for a simulated game or something in the pen, mm-hmm. and he was untouchable. I'm a little surprised it doesn't happen after the All-Star break. Kind of we were hearing that. I don't know. Well,
you got to you got to hold on here if you're the Dodgers. Yeah. I mean, it's only June. I get that, but Giants are 2 off you after a good weekend, and Padres are only 3 off you, and you open up 3 right now. You lose all 3 of those, you're tied up.
Yeah, remember they had Padres, Giants this weekend. Padres, mm-hmm. They go that 10-game stretch now. They've won both the first 2 series. The Dodgers have, but yeah, you're right, man. As well as the Dodgers have played as of late, they got 2-game lead. Mm-hmm. They got 2-game lead. I also wonder about Ohtani. Obviously, he wants to pitch. He's a competitor. I didn't realize it's been 21 months.
It's been a while.
So it's not it's not a rushing back. I mean,
no.
He's either going to be pitchable or not. He had plenty of time.
Correct.
And we'll talk to Dr. Bates about that on Wednesday.
And you have nothing to lose, really, because he's been hitting for you. He's hit during this rehab process. So, if he were to get hurt again, it's not going to be from hitting. We've established this.
Absolutely.
So, might as well. I mean,
absolutely. I also wonder, Ohtani, somewhere in his mind, he wants to be looked at as this newfangled. I mean, he's what Travis Hunter wants to be. Multiple position guy. He's just not done at that level, that high of a level. I wonder if Ohtani also looks at his age, his own age. He's 30. He may say, I need to get on that mound as quick as I can safely. He's not 25. And I think there's a big difference between 25 and 30. He's 30 years old.
Yeah.
30 years old.
And we'll be 31.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a fun story. So he'll go 1 or 2 innings tonight, right? Isn't that the word?
Yeah, it's not going to be a full stretched out.
He's getting the start against a good team, San Diego. Ohtani for the Dodgers. But, the word is 1 inning, maybe 2 if the first inning goes well. So then they'll go to the bullpen. Oh, the Braves are Braves, aren't they? The Braves are the Braves, aren't they? See what they did yesterday?
Yeah, not a good team.
Oh, only the Braves can do this. And, my phone started lighting up.
They're just not good.
How about the Braves? They get a 15 strikeout from their starter, Holmes.
Yep, Grant.
And they lose.
Yep.
Now, he also had 2 errors, but they weren't killer. I mean, I don't think they opened up that 6-run floodgate.
Sure.
The Braves lose 10-1 in a game where their starter, Grant Holmes, had 15 strikeouts, Casey.
Yeah. Braves bullpen at it again.
Braves doing Braves things.
It's pretty terrible.
God almighty.
And by the way, they played the Rockies, if you didn't mention that part.
How about that?
It's not like they played the Padres.
And the Braves won 2 out of 3, but that's the second loss to the Rockies. At least I know of for the Braves.
It can't happen.
They've got 2 of the Rockies. What? Rockies got 13 wins? 14 wins?
14 now, yeah.
The Braves have 2 of those. They've given them 2 of those. You can't have that.
So that's like that's 2 divided by 14.
Oh, man.
It's 14% of their wins.
Nice.
14% of the Rockies.
I told you the Rockies are red hot. Remember that?
You did.
They were 4-5 their last 9, so they're 5-7. 5-7 their last 12.
That's not bad.
Red hot Rockies. Here come the Rockies.
It's as warm as they get.
Here come. Speaking of the Braves, and I know we talked about the Mets getting swept, but they're still in first place. Mets at the Braves. That's who the Braves get next.
Good luck.
Yeah, you got to believe that's a little bit of an angry Mets team. Again, follow this under, my God, baseball can change quick. They play so many games. 1 week ago, we had the Phillies in a bad stretch. Don't look now, they've won 5 in a row now.
Phillies are good.
Phillies have won 5 in a row. Speaking of Phillies, one of the teams we'll talk to Cade Kistner with tomorrow. I look forward to our baseball talk with Cade Kistner, the Sports Illustrated publisher. He will have a lot to say, I'm sure, about the trade. Man, it just dawned. I knew this, but I just didn't look hard at the date. I know the big trade happened this weekend. I know the floodgates can be open right now. That damn trade deadline's July 31st.
Yeah.
Still got a month and a half.
Oh, yeah. Plenty of time.
Wow, plenty of time. And I think it's fun. I think it's a lot of fun. Why is it that people, this just hit me, Casey. Maybe I'm asking a dumb question that I can answer myself. Some percentage of fans seem to hate the off-season roster switching that can happen in college football.
Okay.
But in the middle of a season, baseball, you can have a gazillion trades in the middle of the season.
Sure.
Football, same way, I guess. Basketball, same way. But baseball happens all the time.
Baseball's more prominent.
You can wear this jersey for 75, 80 games.
Mm-hmm.
And the last 70 games, you're wearing another jersey and playing against your team multiple times, maybe.
It's possible.
Why is that? It's accepted kind of in that.
I mean, yeah.
Can you imagine if the starting linebacker for the Florida State Seminoles, the opener against Alabama, later that year is the starting linebacker for Auburn playing Alabama a little bit later?
Yeah, I mean,
that happens in pro sports.
Yeah, I think that's exactly the word you just hit it there was I think for so long college wasn't necessarily pro, if you will.
Yeah.
But now I think that opens up a different conversation.
What if it'll ever get to that?
I feel like it'd be difficult.
It's
strictly from an admissions standpoint.
It feels like it would be, unless you get rid of the school part.
But then what are we doing?
Yeah, then it's just, like I've been trying to say that
it's just minor league football.
Yeah, which maybe that's where it's going. And universities use it to invest their money, Interesting, though. But pro sports, man, you got no problem.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I guess, wait a minute. Let me back up. Some fans do have problems with that a little bit. But it's pretty understood. Hey, if you can get the deal done before the trade deadline, you can wear the other jersey and go beat the hell out of the team you were cheering for.
They've had guys get traded to the team they're playing that night.
Yeah.
They just walk on the other side with their stuff. How
about that?
It happens.
Yeah, that's happened. And, some people don't know this, but, the minute a trade is consummated through the home office, that player can't, if there's a game going on, he has to come out of that game.
Yeah, you got to get out.
Yeah, you're property of another team. And that's just understood, and that's the rules of the league.
Yeah.
That's why you'll see, you see that. It's kind of neat sometimes. You'll see that guy get yanked out. You'll go, time out. Why are they taking that center fielder out? And then you'll see him in the dugout talking to Skipper. Then he starts hugging everybody. Then he goes down the tunnel.
And gone forever.
And everybody goes, okay, he just got traded.
We'll never see him again. Yeah, it is wild, actually.
Who was the guy? Was it Joel Youngblood? 2 hits, 24 hours, 2 different teams. Joel Youngblood got 1 o'clock game playing for the Mets, got traded to the Expos, jumped on a plane, I think. A couple time zones helped him. They got a hit that night.
Oh, yeah. August 4th, 1982, Youngblood became the only player in MLB history to get hits for 2 different teams in 2 different cities on the same day. Youngblood started the day as a center fielder for the New York Mets on the road in Chicago against the Cubs. And then Expos.
How about that? Yeah, not a far trip.
Nope, not far. The game was in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
And he got a hit for the Expos in Philadelphia. So Chicago. Bro got on the plane. This is wild. Bro got on the plane at 6:05 at O'Hare. Landed in Philly approximately 90 minutes later.
Isn't that great?
He reached the stadium in the 6th inning, and they brought Bro in to hit right away.
He got a base hit. Isn't that great? I'll never forget that. It's just one of those things that sticks. Yeah, Joel Youngblood, decent journeyman player. I remember him. 2 hits, 2 separate teams, 2 separate cities within 24 hours.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well within 24
12 hours.
Yeah. And you've seen guys that also have been traded, and they literally cross dugouts. This team traded them to that team they're playing.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah, that's great, isn't it?
It's a little goofy, but yeah.
It is. But again, the minute that trade is stamped, officially stamped, buddy, you can't be running around. You break that ankle. You break an ankle sliding for the team that you're not a part of anymore. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's that's the only way you can do it, right?
The goofier ones are like the minor leaguers that are ended up in the trade.
Yeah.
Like yesterday, I don't know the situation with James Tibbs, but like he's in high A ball, so they're probably in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
They pull him out of the game. They're like, all right, go figure it out. Good luck. Like, you're not on our team anymore. He's like, all right.
There's got to be a little more courtesy than that, though, right?
I mean, I would think, but again, on a Sunday getaway day, it's not like he's getting back on the bus with them and driving to wherever.
Yeah.
I mean, if they're at home, it's a little different because you probably got an apartment or whatever. But like, if that team was on the road,
yeah,
like, all right, well, you can't get on the bus here. So
here's we just called you an Uber.
Right? Basically, we don't know where you're going because, like, I mean, we don't know where you're going. Somebody may or may not call, but you got to get out of here.
Yeah, Tibbs, old FSU guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty good stroke for FSU. Over the weekend, this is just something that Terry notices. Saturday, I don't know if it might have been Friday night's games I read on Saturday or Saturday's games I read about on Sunday. Doesn't happen every day. Florida, 2 former Gator pitchers got wins.
In the majors?
Singer? On the same day. Brady Singer got a start and a win he's with
Cincinnati.
The Reds now, right? Yeah, he swapped over from KC. And then in a relief role, Jackson Coar got a win Don't see that every day. And former teammates that won a national title for Florida.
Yep, that would be correct.
Don't see that every day. CAG's still struggling. KC is struggling.
Yeah, they've lost like 600.
Yeah, Caglione back down around 220.
Whole division this weekend, the AL Central was 1-14.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
Ouch.
They got one win. The Tigers won a game.
Ouch. And do they still have the best record in baseball?
I don't. Yeah, I think
40,
they do.
46 wins. Yeah, with the Yankees and Mets scuffling a little bit.
Yeah, I think they do.
Yeah, boy, KC, they are. I want them to make the playoffs because I like Caglione. But gosh, they've fallen like 5 under 500 now. Yankees swept them. White Sox, Athletics roughed them up.
Mm-hmm.
Athletics roughed them up.
It's tough.
And Cags has settled into where he's hitting. He's 1 for 4, but he started out 0-36.
Mm-hmm.
So 1 for 4, 1 for 4, 1 for 4. You're at 219.
Yeah, it's a tough build.
It really is. It really is. And you and I talked about that. Your baseball history, my baseball history. I generally started out pretty good as contact hitter, but man, if you start a season 0-15, 1-18, that's a long. I don't know. The math just gets so against you.
Yeah, it does.
It really.
You start having 3 hit nights.
Yeah, it really goes against you. Okay, let's take a break here. As we go to break, let me update the College World Series score elimination game. Somebody's about to go home. Middle of the 9th, going to the bottom of the 9th. Arkansas continues to lead Murray State. Arkansas 3, Murray State 0, and Murray State is the home team. So they're down to their final 3 outs unless they can scratch at least 3 across the board. And the no-hitter is still intact. Let me see. Is the starter still in? Let me see if I can find it, or if you can find that, Casey, real quick.
I mean, at the last update, he's 8 innings, 105 pitches, 16 strikeouts.
Send him out.
So
right?
What they do. Yeah.
I mean, obviously you get 1 or 2 on. Yeah, Woods, like you said, 8 complete innings pitched. The Arkansas starter has a no-hitter going, 16 strikeouts in 105 pitches. Goodness gracious. This has got to be one of the great outings in Omaha history. Wow. He's going to run out to the mound at least and try to close this thing out. Arkansas trying to move on. LSU, the team that beat Arkansas in the opener over the weekend. LSU, UCLA, that's your second game tonight. 2 from Omaha tonight. 1 elimination game, 1 undefeated game. And we'll come back and look at the rest of the schedule. That and a whole lot more. Stay with us. It is the Young and Norvelle Show, continuing right here on Action Sports Jacks.
At Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, we know pain and injuries can stop you from doing what you love. This is why our board-certified orthopedic specialists offer the latest in both non-surgical and surgical treatment options and create a treatment plan tailored to your unique lifestyle and goals. So, whether it is a sports injury or that nagging pain that's keeping you from doing what you love, our team has the right treatment for you. For more information or to schedule an appointment online, visit our website.
Finally, a family atmosphere, kid-friendly restaurant with a real sports bar feel. Bricks Jack's Beach features all of that and a large, climate-controlled covered patio with misting fans and heaters for all seasons. Mix in an extremely diverse menu that features the most quality and affordable steak at the beach, and there's no reason not to enjoy your next lunch, dinner, happy hour, or big sporting event at Bricks Jack's Beach, 300 2nd Street North in Jacksonville Beach. See you at Bricks Jack's Beach.
You really got to hand it to him. Hold on.
The previous play is under further review.
I'm not sure what he could review, but okay. Sure has been a while. Dine in at Hurricane Grill and Wings for the football season. Well, there he is. Oh, what is that?
The schedules are out for another summer of soccer here in Jacksonville with the Armada men's and women's under-23 squads, starting with the ladies and the home opener on May 24th. 2 weeks later, they're back in Northeast Florida for a June 7th matchup. The season wraps up with a pair of Friday night home matches June 20th and the 27th. As for the boys in blue, they debut against a couple league newcomers on May 9th and 17th respectively, with more home dates on May 31st, June 14th, and June 21st. All those matches are at Edward Waters University, and you can watch them live on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network. Those teams are a big focus on Fleet and Footy, covering the big soccer stories each week on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network.
I'll put one in the back of the net for you.
Join us for player profiles, fun interviews, and the very latest on the Fleet and all things footy. That's every Thursday at 2 p.m.
Empower a future, inspire a dream. It's a bold but simple mission for the Jacksonville Police Athletic League known as Jax PAL. Help the next generation of kids in Jacksonville shape a brighter future. Their after-school programs, teenage leadership programs. There's community outreach.
This has been just an awesome opportunity to be out here with my colleagues and do something good for the community. It's really been an interesting opportunity to just see everybody work together in a way that we don't normally in the office.
And there's sports. There are also ways you can help the next generation with a donation of any kind. Just visit jaxpal.org to get more information. Empower a future, inspire a dream with Jax PAL.
When you think sports, you think Action Sports Jax, the official station of the Jaguars, on location for every game. But the most experienced team in town doesn't stop there. From high school football to the big events in the area, Action Sports Jax is always on. Now, we take that to a new level. Action Sports Jax 24/7 is around-the-clock coverage of the teams you love and the moments you can't miss. The best local sports in Jacksonville on Action Sports Jax 24/7.
Overhead shot of Jax Vegas here on a hot Monday in June. Terry Norvelle welcoming you back to the Young and Norvelle show here on Action Sports Jax. Casey Kurtz around, as always, producing, and we'll have Brent Beaird around 5:30. Patrick may check in. We'll see. A lot to get to. Tracking the College World Series game that is slowly wrapping up now. 3-0 Arkansas leads in the bottom of the ninth. Murray State batting, trailing 3-0. They are being no-hit, and that's the news. But Casey Wood, the pitcher for Arkansas, who's thrown a no-hitter through 8 complete, he hit the first batter. Damn it, I hate to see that. I want to see this guy try and finish it off, right?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you rather, if this guy comes off the mound, wouldn't you rather it be because there's a base hit versus he hits a guy and then goes 3-0 and they go get him?
Yeah.
You know? So he hits a batter, which the concern there is he's obviously had great command to this point. So we'll see. Runner on. Now there's 1 out, so he's a couple outs away from pitching a no-hitter. And this would change things a little bit here for Arkansas. They lost to LSU in a tight game to open this thing up on Saturday. Today's Monday. This is their second game. They're in the loser's bracket. Arkansas, if they hold on, they move on to play tomorrow night the loser, I believe, of LSU UCLA, because we're in that side of the bracket today. Arkansas gets a damn complete game no-hitter from their starter. That changes things, doesn't it? Yeah. Arkansas then goes home. They take a quick shower. They go back to the ballpark, and they hope UCLA and LSU play about 50 innings.
Yeah, definitely.
Right? Arkansas was my choice to win it all, and obviously it's hard to do when you lose the first one. Really hard to do. But this could change things. This could change things, especially if the team they have to play tomorrow, their next game, 2 out now in that game. It really changes things if that's one of those, both teams, LSU and UCLA, get deep into their bullpens. They grind it out all night. It's 9-8, 12-10 kind of thing. They blow through a lot of arms. I think that's where we're at. Let me see if I can find. I'm almost positive that, Arkansas would play tomorrow against the loser of tonight's game. And is that right? Let me double check that. See if I can find the bracket real quick. And so Arizona's already home. It looks like Murray State's going to get sent home. So, yeah, tonight, 7 o'clock, UCLA takes on LSU. That's a winner's bracket game. Damn, 45-16 versus 46-15. So that's Monday. So Tuesday, we would move to we don't have it updated yet. So we'll wait. We'll wait on it. See what we have. And then let me take a little further look ahead.
He struck the kid out.
What happened? He struck him out?
Yep.
Is that it?
Yep.
Wow, what a game. 17?
19. He struck out the side.
He struck out the side.
Yeah.
Goodness, that's got to be one of the great pitching performances out in Omaha.
119 pitches, 19 strikeouts, no hitter.
Goodness. Gage Wood for Arkansas, and my God, so his 19 of 27 outs. Are we doing the math?
19 of 27, that's correct.
19 of 27 outs were strikeouts. 9 inning, and generally, isn't it correct? If you strike a lot of batters out, you're going to run your pitch count up.
Yeah, and 119's not
119 is not bad for a bunch of strikeouts, right?
Correct.
I mean, you're not getting, if you're striking everybody out, you're not getting 2 pitch out, 1 pitch out, 2 pitch out.
Yeah, very few of that.
Wow. How about that? So Arkansas moves on. They've still got a heck of a road to hoe, but they're still alive. Murray State, heck of a year to make it out that far. Only time they've made it anywhere near. And yeah, I'm seeing a highlight. The hit by batter. It was a hellacious breaking ball, just too much break. So he still had his really good stuff. Really, really good stuff. So the SEC moves on. It's funny how the SEC got buried a little bit when only 2 made it to Omaha. Mm-hmm. Only 2. I thought, that was one more than any other conference. And they'll at least have 2 playing through tomorrow.
Yep.
Because LSU, even if they get beat tonight, they would.
It looks like only 3 baseballs left the infield.
Are you serious?
There are 3 fly balls to right. There are a couple ground balls to the pitcher, a foul out to the catcher, and all the strikeouts.
Yeah, because we're only looking at, 8?
Yeah.
8? Wow. Say that again.
Only 3. Well, foul balls, obviously.
Yeah. In play.
It looks like only 3 balls in play left the infield.
Ooh.
That's pretty crazy work. And by the way, the kid for Murray State was 6 innings, a 1-run ball, struck out 7.
Yeah, it was 1-0 through. Arkansas got their 1 run in the 3rd. They didn't score again until the 7th. So he went 6 complete, give it 1 run.
Yeah.
Silva, he's their good guy. Yeah, you're right. 6 innings, 6 hits, a run. It was earned. Walked 2. He struck out 7, and nobody will see that outing.
No.
Well, hell, Arkansas is one of the premier offensive teams in the country. I mean, they really swing it. They've got some really good hitters on that team, including the two Hawaiian kids. Hell, they got the SEC Player of the Year, the shortstop, Aloy. How about this? Murray State's pitchers. Obviously, they went 9 because Arkansas got to bat in the 9th. They're the visiting team. They went 9 innings, 2 of them combined. They gave up 10 hits to Arkansas, 3 earned runs, walked a couple, and struck out 11.
They did everything they could, but
no offense. In 143 combined.
Crazy
for their 2 guys. Gosh, that is a pitching line that'll just get buried.
By the way, it looks like 3rd no-hitter in men's college World Series history ever.
Do you have the other ones?
I don't. I just saw somebody say 3rd.
3rd ever.
And the last pitch of the game, pitch 119, was 98 miles per hour.
God.
So bro still had everything left.
How about that? Louisville had a guy running it up about 101 out of the pen.
Not 120 pitches in, though.
No, not 120.
This kid's 120 pitches in, throwing 98. Like, he was
and it's
electric.
It's mid-June in Omaha, Nebraska, right in the middle of the country. Got to be hotter than Hades up there. Mm-hmm. We'll start tracking the rest of the tournament now. We know there's 1 game tonight, and then I think from now on, you almost will have somebody getting popped out of this thing, right, the next couple nights.
Yeah.
After tonight, you'll start. Because Arkansas will definitely play. Arkansas will play an elimination game again tomorrow. Mm-hmm. Their next game will be elimination because they'll play the team with 1 loss. The winner will get up. I think the winner from LSU UCLA tonight, they may not see the field till Thursday. One of these brackets always gets, if you win your first two, you get 2 full days off somewhere in there, like Tuesday, Wednesday, which is good. I hate, we've talked about it, I think it goes too long. I think the College World Series is about 2 or 3 days too long, and it's because they added the 2 out of 3 series to win it all. But I think it grinds on a little bit. I think it definitely grinds on a little bit, and I love college baseball. Okay, so let's go back to this U.S. Open golf yesterday, and really the whole tournament. Some strange things happened. You know, Sam Burns, we were on the air one of the days, and he threw the 65. You had Spawn open up with a 66, right? He had that 66 day one, I think it was. He threw that, and he needed that. He needed all of that because you realize Spawn, he won the tournament, yet 2 of his 4 rounds were over par.
Yeah.
But the 66 really helped those 2 out.
Sure.
Did you see what Burns ended up doing, Sam Burns? He goes out, and was it Friday? He throws up the 65. He throws up the low round of the tournament, but he chased it at the end of the tournament with a 78. Ooh.
Yeah, that ain't going to get it done.
Did you see the controversy about the standing water?
I did.
What'd you think about that? I know we weren't there. It's tough on TV because we don't get the look, I don't think.
I mean, it looked like the conditions were clearly bad, not good. And I understand why he's upset about it. Like, bro's trying to win the U.S. Open.
Yeah.
And I think he's got a case.
For people that didn't see it, so I can't remember what hole. It was fairly late. It was 15, 16, somewhere around there. It was getting late. So Burns, he stayed in the fairway, right? But he was right next to the apron, the first cut.
Yes.
The TV view, I never could really see standing water, but TV doesn't give you the great view, right? So this was after the delay, right?
It was.
Yeah. So they come back. Burns, again, his drive was in the short. He was in the fairway. He was close to the first cut. He was in the fairway. He gets to the ball. He and his caddy determine, they think they're in standing water, and they should get a no penalty drop, right? Mm-hmm. So he calls the rules official closest over, and the guy takes a good look at it, and he says, "No, I'm sorry, I can't deem that a bad enough situation to give you a drop." So, Burns kind of, wanders a little bit. And he asked for a second opinion, Casey.
He should.
Yes.
Listen, as soon as spoiler alert, he has to hit the ball from there.
Yeah.
And as soon as he hits it, a minor river flies up after he hits the ball.
So he asked for a second rules guy, and you kind of knew what was going to happen.
They're not going to go against each other.
Right. I mean, hey, we caught you speeding. Well, can you call another police officer? Can I talk to another one? Right. I mean, that's a tough one. So the second rules official comes out, and he agrees with the first one and says no. But you could kind of predict what was going to happen then, right? Water or no water, you could see Burns. It was in his mind then. Mm-hmm. I thought he handled it fairly well, though, particularly compared to, who was it, Terrell Hatton?
Well, yeah.
That guy's throwing clubs and cussing. And
that's his bit, though.
Is it? I don't know much about it.
Oh, yeah, that's his bit.
That's his bit.
Always.
But Burns, can you chunk it out of the water? I guess, was that the term?
Yes.
He chunked the hell out of it.
It was terrible, yeah. It's not good.
And, I have to admit, though, I don't know if it was the first or the second rules official, when Burns took a practice swing and, he skimmed the top of the fairway, and a lot of water went up.
Yeah. I mean, he shouldn't have had to play it.
And then when he hit his shot, it grabbed his club. Yeah, it was tough.
It was bad.
That was tough. He got mouthy post round.
He should have.
And I don't. But he did hold it together, didn't you think, on the course?
Yes.
Much more than. So what's the deal with this Hatton guy? I know
he always gets real upset.
I know the name and all, and he's a decent player. I've seen his name up top, but gosh.
Yeah, he gets mad.
The last hour of the broadcast, every other shot was him throwing a club.
Yeah, he's an angry fella. He's always been a bit upset, but that's the draw to Terrell Hatton, and
yes.
I don't mind it.
Is he American?
No, he is
filthy
English.
bastard. Filthy bugger.
He is English.
Speaking of British, who is it, McIntyre?
Yeah, Robert.
your boy McIntyre, he almost threw up a number, went to the clubhouse, and had them bring him the trophy.
Yeah, Bobby thought he was going to get it done.
Dude, they all came back to him, didn't they?
They did, and they were, listen, I thought it was goofy earlier in the day because John Rahm finished at like 4 over, way early. And they kept saying, like, oh, John Rahm's waiting around. I'm like, for what?
I remember hearing that. And
but it was like close.
Yes. I mean, it's a tough call to get in that damn Uber or take that car back into the airport.
Yeah.
What was McIntyre? What did he finish?
1 over.
Over.
Yes.
And the winner was 1 under.
Yeah, because he made
that bomb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because really he was 2 putting for there to win by 1.
Yeah. So
instead he made it.
For the longest time, the last hour of that tournament, I never saw McIntyre until the last hour.
Yeah.
I think I saw him on 17 and 18. He put his number, and then you went, he's come back, and he's come back to the field. And I thought he was going to win it.
Oh, yes, sir.
Sitting in the clubhouse, I thought he was going to win it.
Yeah, and, TV hates that, obviously, if that would have been the case. But, yeah, he put up a good last couple of holes, and he's super talented. Like, he's a staple on their Ryder Cup teams always, but not as super well-known over here. But, yeah, for a minute there, it looked like old Bobby was going to get it done.
So he got a little does he have a little young Colin Montgomery look about him?
Sort of.
A little bit.
Yeah,
Doesn't look like he's in the greatest shape, but
he's not.
And he's a lefty, right?
He is lefty.
Yeah, kind of a sloppy lefty.
Yeah.
And I liked him. I saw him at his interview. He's nice and very cordial. But like who's Mickelson? Mm-hmm. Mickelson lefty, but Mickelson was always shirt tucked in perfect. You know what I mean? The slacks fit right. This guy's got a little Colin Montgomery. I don't think he's an ass like Montgomery.
Right.
But no, I like this guy. But getting back to, who was it, Rahm, you said?
Rahm was 4 over, yeah.
Yeah, because +1 for the longest time looked like it was going to win. I could certainly see where 2 hours earlier, +4, you go, I can't get in that car right now.
And the weather was coming in because Rahm got done before the weather delay. So he ended up finishing 7th, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, I just remember it was like +4, he's going to hang around. I'm like, if it's that bad, then what are we doing out here?
God, I guess so. Do you know, obviously I know Oakmont, and you know the name, and it's been in the circuit, and it's hosted 10 of them, and it's very famous, and Johnny Miller in 73, we all know. Did you, or do you know, or did you hear anything? Did they just go pull a bunch of trees up 100 years ago? I mean, there's trees and mountains and hills everywhere except this one.
Yeah, I don't know.
This one patch of land, it's just flatter than hell.
That's a good point.
The overhead shots sometimes look like damn British Open course.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Huh.
I never really thought about it, but
yeah, no trees.
Yeah, it's a good point.
And what was the deal about the road going through it or whatever, the turnpike or something? There's some kind of causeway or something. Like Brewster's Millions. I don't know what they're. Yeah.
Brewster's Millions.
Man, can you believe we have one more major left?
Yeah, I mean.
And it's at
yeah, it's in
it's at one of the 5, right? They do 5 rotations.
Yeah, I forget where it is.
I can't remember.
It's not in this country.
No, it's over there. And
so if you want to watch it, you'll be up at 3 in the morning.
Yeah, and that's the pain about it.
Yeah, the one good thing is, like, if there's something else on, it usually finishes by 1 p.m. So you can get on with your day.
Yeah, you're right about that. That is the one cool thing.
But like, if you're like committed to the bit, like they start at 4 or 5 in the morning.
Yeah.
That used to be the debacle with Tiger for people that like to watch all the Tiger stuff, because at the end there, Tiger wasn't very good, and he was teeing off at like 3:15 in the morning. People are like, I don't know how committed I am to waking up and watching this.
You see what they did during the break, the weather break?
Oh yeah, the
08.
Yep.
But that wasn't from that course, though, was it?
I don't think so.
Yeah, it was. I wonder what made him pick that one.
Yeah, people were saying, can you imagine waking up and seeing Tiger win? You're like, what happened?
He's back!
How did this happen? He wasn't even on the field.
I hope they don't mess. Golf. I hope they don't mess with it. They've got it right now. The calendar. Remember, they've bounced around and bounced around the calendar.
Yeah, I like it.
And they've bounced the players a little bit. It's right now, right?
Everything's in a good spot.
Yeah, you've got Masters 1st in April, Players 2nd in May.
No, backwards.
No.
Players is March now.
Okay. Yeah, gosh, they move it so much. Players in March. March. April's Masters.
Yep.
May, they scooched the PGA up because it used to get buried a little bit.
Yeah.
They then June kept the U.S. Open, and the British is July.
Yep.
And I hate to say this, but it's understood, so I'm not picking. The PGA has always been the fourth of four. It's always been the fourth of the big four.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, it's always. And then it used to be in August, I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you talk about getting buried. You're the fourth major, but you're clearly the fourth in the pecking order.
Mm-hmm.
And over here, this monster called football season is cranking up, and it would get buried.
It's easy to forget.
I mean, I think the Masters would fare better. The U.S. Open would fare better. Hell, the British would fare, right?
Yeah, because you'd be done by early.
Yeah. But, man, no, I'm saying if they were plugged into August, they would fight like hell, but they'd get more coverage than the PGA used to get buried, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it would get. So now your majors all end in July.
Yeah, no, I think it's perfect how
I think it's really, really, really good. And I've always enjoyed the players in March more than May. Myself, I like that month inundated with basketball and golf. I've always enjoyed that.
Yeah, no, I think it's a perfect spot.
Yeah, and even though generally the tournament, the golf tournament here is the week before March Madness, you still got the conference tournaments.
Mm-hmm.
So, man, I can't tell you how many times I would be at the course morning, early afternoon, and then go somewhere and watch basketball. I love that. I want it to stay in March. You catch a little bad weather, I get it, but I mean,
but
you know what?
Just as likely in May.
Just as likely as May. A little different type of weather.
Different for sure.
But yeah, you could get much more scalding hot. But I like it. I think they've hit a home run with that. I'm trying to see if there's anything else I wanted to get with the golf. We talked about Burns. I never thought he was a factor, but he was on the leaderboard yesterday. Was Adam Scott?
Mm-hmm.
Did you see what he ended up doing?
Yeah.
Well, 79 for you.
Yeah, it wasn't great. Surprised to see old Adam Scott up there, but bro's a legend. There's no doubt about it.
I want to say this properly, but man, Adam Scott got old quick.
He's old.
Remember, he was the cute guy that had a lot of game, and oh man, he's only 27. You look up, and he's mid-40s, isn't he?
Yeah, he's got to be.
Yeah, he got old quick. I'll tell you the golfer that got
44.
44, yeah. The golfer, he was never anywhere near Adam Scott. He was a decent journeyman. He's still out there. Oh, what's his name? This guy turned into an old man. So, Matt Kuchar.
Oh, yeah, Cooch.
He got old so fast.
He did.
Because I think he burst on the scene as an amateur.
I believe that.
And he did something big as an amateur. And this guy had a leave it to Beaver face, a little young-looking guy. And I'll never forget, man, 10, 15 years later, he wasn't a dominant player. He made a lot of money, still makes money. But I saw him, and he just turned into an old man like overnight.
He's 46, yeah. No, he's old.
Adam Scott, though, he got old quick, didn't he?
He did.
Remember, there was he won here. And did he win a Masters also?
Oh, yeah, he won the Masters.
He won a Masters, and he won here.
He did win the Players as well.
Yeah, man. That'll get you going, but he never got where they thought he was going to go.
No, but it's hard, too.
Hard out there, man.
Oh, yeah.
It is hard.
I'd say he's had a good career.
He's cashed a few checks.
He's done all right. 14 PGA Tour wins, another 11 European Tour wins, won the Masters, won the Players. He's all right. Bro's done okay.
Yeah, and he was the senior member yesterday, wasn't he?
Yes.
He was the senior guy.
And that leaderboard, absolutely.
Yeah, but man, he had a 79 to end it.
Still got a nice check, though. Top 12 in a major, not bad.
That doesn't hurt.
Does not hurt.
Does not hurt at all.
But when you were staring first and second in the face, then hurts a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. All right, 1 hour down. We got a whole hour left. Stay with us here. Come back. We'll start looking around some Major League Baseball. Some limited action today, but we got some good matchups. We'll take a look at the schedule this week. We'll talk a lot of baseball tomorrow with Cade Kistner from Sports Illustrated. 5:30 today, college sports news and notes. Brent Beaird will have a lot to go over. So stay with us right here on the Young and Norvelle Show on Action Sports Jacks.
You really got to hand it to him. Hold on.
The previous play is under further review.
I'm not sure what he could review, but okay. Sure has been a while. Dynamic Hurricane Grill and Wings for the football season. Well, there he is. Oh, what is that?
At Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, we know pain and injuries can stop you from doing what you love. This is why our board-certified orthopedic specialists offer the latest in both non-surgical and surgical treatment options and create a treatment plan tailored to your unique lifestyle and goals. So, whether it is a sports injury or that nagging pain that's keeping you from doing what you love, our team has the right treatment for you. For more information or to schedule an appointment online, visit our website.
Most of us know how to throw. But you need to know what to throw. I'm not talking about footballs, baseballs, softballs. We're talking about those items you need to recycle. Republic Services explains it easy. Recycling simplified. 1. Know what to throw. When in doubt, throw it out. 2. Empty, clean, and dry those materials. It takes an extra minute, but it makes a big difference. And 3. Don't bag it. This makes the recycling process faster and more efficient. This is a look at the Republic Services North Florida Recycling Center. You can make this process even more efficient. By utilizing those 3 steps, Republic Services can help you become a better recycler in your home. Learn more at recyclingsimplified.com.
Finally, a family atmosphere, kid-friendly restaurant with a real sports bar feel. Bricks Jack's Beach features all of that and a large, climate-controlled covered patio with misting fans and heaters for all seasons. Mix in an extremely diverse menu that features the most quality and affordable steak at the beach, and there's no reason not to enjoy your next lunch, dinner, happy hour, or big sporting event at Bricks Jack's Beach, 300 2nd Street North in Jacksonville Beach. See you at Bricks Jack's Beach.
Are you about to graduate high school and haven't decided on what you want to do when you get done? Well, one option is to apply to become a student in the Electrical Training Alliance of Jacksonville. Their program offers structured classroom and online training along with on-the-job training so that you can earn while you learn. Still not convinced? The folks at ETA Jacks are a tuition-free 4-year apprenticeship program. There is no tuition and no student debt. Just pay for your books and your fees. That's it. Now, speaking of pay, students, they start off making $40,000 per year, including benefits, and they graduate, get this, making over $80,000 per year, including those sought-after benefits. Now, that sounds pretty good to me, and if that sounds good to you, it should check off a lot of boxes. So head on over to etajacks.org and apply by May 15th. Again, the website right here, etajacks.org. Don't wait, apply today.
The rhythm of my heart is beating like a drum, with We Are Martyr rolling off our tongues. Never will we roam, for we know our place is down. Where the ocean meets the skies, we be sailing. Where the ocean meets the skies, we be sailing.
Some serious history has been made out in Omaha moments ago as we welcome you back to the Young and Norvelle Show, right here on Action Sports Jacks. Terry Norvelle, we got Patrick just texted me, said, Gage freaking Wood. That is the starting pitcher for Arkansas, who moments ago finished off a no-hitter as his Arkansas Razorbacks eliminated Murray State 3-0 in the first game today out in Omaha. Wow. Casey, how about some of this information? Arkansas's Gage Wood pitched only the third, as you were saying a moment ago, Casey, third no-hitter in Men's College World Series history, the first in 65 years today, striking out a record 19 and never letting Murray State come close to getting a hit in the Razorbacks' 3-0 victory. Woods joined Jim Erler of Texas in 1950 against Tufts. He got a no-hitter against Tufts. Was that tough? I don't know if that was very tough, but Tufts. And then Jim Wixon of Oklahoma State in 1960 threw a no-hitter out in Omaha against North Carolina as the only other pitchers to ever throw College World Series no-hitters And his defense, Casey, never really challenged behind him, as you pointed out, as a really good Racers hitting team. Barely made contact. The junior right-hander set a men's College World Series record for most strikeouts in a 9-inning game at 19. His bid for a perfect game ended in the 8th when his 2-2, 2 balls and 2 strikes, breaking ball hit a batter.
That's a bummer.
Yeah, in his back foot. And I saw the highlight a moment ago. It didn't get away from this guy. It just had massive movement on it.
Fell off the table.
It fell off the table right onto the guy's back foot. Wood, who got a foul out and consecutive strikeouts to then end that inning, looked skyward after he got out of that. And I think you said he struck out the side in the 9th?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, struck out the side in the 9th. 19. And what were the numbers about balls hit out of the infield? What was
3. There were 3 balls hit out of the infield.
3. 3 balls made it in fair territory out of the infield.
Crazy.
Goodness gracious. So, I think that's got to be a shot in the arm for Arkansas.
Yeah.
I mean, they use one pitcher. And, yeah, looking ahead now, we've got a game tonight, winner's bracket game tonight, which will be in the same bracket. Arkansas is in that same bracket now with LSU and UCLA. Let me pull up something right here real quick. Here we go. So, 7 o'clock, and that game should be on time. Weather doesn't seem to be any weather out there. LSU, UCLA. That will then get us to Tuesday. We will have tomorrow. We have your early game tomorrow out in Omaha, 2 o'clock, first pitch, Oregon State, Louisville. That's an elimination game. So somebody's going home again tomorrow after the 2 o'clock game. And then tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, Arkansas is sitting. They're going to play back-to-back days. Arkansas will play the loser. It'll be also so 2 elimination games tomorrow. Yikes. Field's getting whacked down there after tomorrow. So Arkansas's moved on, and they do get the benefit. A, they only use one pitcher.
Yeah.
And B, they get the night game, which is cool. So, and then I think everything's TBD after that because we won't really.
Yeah, probably.
Well, Coastal Carolina now. Here's what I was saying. I think Coastal's won 2 in a row, right?
Mm-hmm.
They are 2-0. They don't play until Wednesday, so they won yesterday, right?
Yes.
Coastal won yesterday, Sunday, and they have Monday, Tuesday off. They will play guaranteed Wednesday, 2 o'clock, to be determined. That side of the bracket's got to play it out. But Coastal, they're in a good spot.
Mm-hmm.
They're in a good spot. Somebody's got to beat them a couple times. And if everything stays on schedule, the championship series is normally Saturday, Sunday, Monday, I think. Saturday, Sunday, Monday. If everything stays. One knock about, I think the College World Series is a little bit too long. I think the college baseball season drags on a little bit, and I love college baseball. But I think it drags on. The other thing, Casey, and this is a tough one, because you also got to respect the northern schools. Baseball is one of those sports that you're truly at a disadvantage, I think, up north versus down south.
Yeah. Sure.
I also think it's a little awkward. What is today, the 16th?
Mm-hmm.
So the tournament, if it stays on time without rain, it would end roughly, if it goes a full 2 out of 3, a week from today, right? Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Yep.
Which would be the 23rd of June. That's awfully deep into the summer. I know technically it's not summer yet until the 20th, but you get my point.
Too much.
That is awfully deep. And this is the last sport, right? I think track and field ended last weekend.
Yes, they did.
Outdoor track and field is also one of the late sports. But, I mean, this thing going June 23rd is awfully late in June.
It's too much.
We're in the sports calendar year 24-25. And the college 25-26 sports calendar year is about to start.
Yeah.
Now, the issue is if you have the same amount of games, you would have to drag the start of the season up more, right? Into earlier February. Not real fair for the northern schools.
Yeah, but do you really need to play all these games?
I don't know. I'm with you. I'm not saying we do.
Like, does Florida need to play?
I'm not saying
a bunch of random Tuesday night games in January, February, or March.
Yeah,
like,
I see where you're going, but I mean that to keep the number of games, you would have to pull the schedule back.
Yeah.
And again, if you pull it back, and I've heard some people, well, just the first month of the season, send the northern schools all down south. Well, that's not real fair. And
no.
You know what I'm saying? Let them go play in the warmer weather. And, well, should you be penalized playing your first 15 games away from your ballpark, on the road, traveling? Mm-hmm. So that's not a fair answer. And, a lot of these schools, they do use their travel in March. Spring break, they do a lot of their traveling.
Yeah.
And go play some swing.
I'm trying to remember what this was, but I was doing something for my business, and I was talking to somebody that played for Rutgers. I forget who, though. And basically, this was a couple years ago, I was like, what's the deal? Because it's like 0 degrees at Rutgers, but you're playing down here. He's like, yeah, we can't play a home game for 6 weeks.
Yeah.
And I was like, dang.
And I get it. Most of your big schools now have indoor facilities. Say what you want. Taking ground balls indoors, even on turf, indoors, you can get some work in. It's just not the same.
It is.
And fielding the ball and throwing to a guy who's simulating first base, you can get some work, but it's not the same. Taking BP indoors in a tunnel constantly, you can get some swings, right? But Casey, you're a baseball guy. That's just not the same.
It's not going to get it done.
It's not. You're going to be at a disadvantage if that's what you're doing heavy for 6 weeks. You start practicing. Hell, college baseball, you start practicing early January. I mean, you get going after the first of the year, January 10th, 11th, 12th, you start practicing. If you're doing all that indoors, that's rough, man. That's rough.
Not enough good work.
You can't get good work. No, you can't do it. It's one of the issues, though. And you hit it, though. The only real way to make that schedule fair, get it out of deep. And I do think it goes too late in June, too. It's just too late. Just too late. The only way to get it out is really eliminate. I think they play. Well, I know the SEC plays 30 conference games. I'm fine with that. And I think they play. I think 55 is the number, the regular season number. I think you play like 30 conference. Your big schools, 30 conference. You got 25 others.
I would say, do you still need to play 30 conference games when everybody gets in the tournament?
Yeah. You can make that argument. And do you need 25 full, non-conference games?
No, I don't think you do.
I think that is. I think Division I college baseball, your regular season now can. And I'm telling you, there was a time when I was in high school and college. Miami was famous for this way back when they were. Ron Frazier and college baseball was being built. Everybody wanted to go play Miami, way down in Miami.
Sure, yeah.
Miami would pop up in the 70s and 80s in Omaha, and their record would be 63-14.
It's crazy.
They play a million games.
Playing every day of the week.
A million. Everybody want to go down to Miami and play.
I guess.
Makes
sense.
Yes.
But
and you're right. The conference tournament is a bear. And the SEC, remember they invited everybody this year, first time, Oklahoma, Texas, and it's lost its fastball. And baseball is, I guess, like every sport, but I'm not saying when you throw in the towel, but there were only a couple programs that really needed a deep run out there.
Correct.
In Hoover. And it really feels like a preseason tournament.
It does.
It really does. Really does. I don't know if they'll ever. I'm with you, man. In the top 8 go or something. They did do a smart thing and make it single elimination.
Yeah, thank goodness.
That double elimination was just a grind,
it's too
man.
Much. It's a lot in the regionals. I understand you got to let all these teams go, but like the 4-team double elimination thing also.
Yeah. That grinds, man. That grinds. You play. You jump in a regular regional, and it goes the full way. You got to win 3 games, and then you go jump in that super regional, and it goes 2 out of 3, and it's a grind. I mean, that's just to get to Omaha.
Exactly.
Just to get to Omaha.
That's a lot.
It definitely is. All right, let's take another break. We'll come back, start setting things up. One more segment before we visit with Brent Beaird. I'll go over some stuff we're going to kick around with Mr. Beaird. Big news out of Omaha today, though, is a no-hitter was thrown today. Arkansas eliminated Murray State. Razorbacks move on. They could have their second crack at LSU. We'll see how that game plays out, LSU, UCLA tonight. One more segment before we get Brent Beaird right here on the Young and Norvelle Show.
At Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, we know pain and injuries can stop you from doing what you love. This is why our board-certified orthopedic specialists offer the latest in both non-surgical and surgical treatment options and create a treatment plan tailored to your unique lifestyle and goals. So, whether it is a sports injury or that nagging pain that's keeping you from doing what you love, our team has the right treatment for you. For more information or to schedule an appointment online, visit our website.
Finally, a family atmosphere, kid-friendly restaurant with a real sports bar feel. Bricks Jack's Beach features all of that and a large, climate-controlled covered patio with misting fans and heaters for all seasons. Mix in an extremely diverse menu that features the most quality and affordable steak at the beach, and there's no reason not to enjoy your next lunch, dinner, happy hour, or big sporting event at Bricks Jack's Beach, 300 2nd Street North in Jacksonville Beach. See you at Bricks Jack's Beach.
You really got to hand it to him. Hold on.
The previous play is under further review.
I'm not sure what he could review, but okay. Sure has been a while. Dine in at Hurricane Grill and Wings for the football season. Well, there he is. Oh, what is that?
The schedules are out for another summer of soccer here in Jacksonville with the Armada men's and women's under-23 squads, starting with the ladies and the home opener on May 24th. 2 weeks later, they're back in Northeast Florida for a June 7th matchup. The season wraps up with a pair of Friday night home matches June 20th and the 27th. As for the boys in blue, they debut against a couple league newcomers on May 9th and 17th respectively, with more home dates on May 31st, June 14th, and June 21st. All those matches are at Edward Waters University, and you can watch them live on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network. Those teams are a big focus on Fleet and Footy, covering the big soccer stories each week on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network.
I'll put one in the back of the net for you.
Join us for player profiles, fun interviews, and the very latest on the Fleet and all things footy. That's every Thursday at 2 p.m.
Empower a future, inspire a dream. It's a bold but simple mission for the Jacksonville Police Athletic League known as Jax PAL. Help the next generation of kids in Jacksonville shape a brighter future. Their after-school programs, teenage leadership programs. There's community outreach.
This has been just an awesome opportunity to be out here with my colleagues and do something good for the community. It's really been an interesting opportunity to just see everybody work together in a way that we don't normally in the office.
And there's sports. There are also ways you can help the next generation with a donation of any kind. Just visit jaxpal.org to get more information. Empower a future, inspire a dream with Jax PAL.
When you think sports, you think Action Sports Jax, the official station of the Jaguars, on location for every game. But the most experienced team in town doesn't stop there. From high school football to the big events in the area, Action Sports Jax is always on. Now, we take that to a new level. Action Sports Jax 24/7 is around-the-clock coverage of the teams you love and the moments you can't miss. The best local sports in Jacksonville on Action Sports Jax 24/7.
Okay, back we are. Casey Kurtz producing, Terry Norvelle hanging out here, kicking this week off on a Monday edition, the Young and Norvelle Show. Man, a very diverse show. A lot of golf, a lot of NBA Finals. Tonight is Game 5. We will definitely have 6, at least, in the NBA Finals. A lot of college baseball. Arkansas has eliminated Murray State via a no-hitter thrown by the Arkansas starter. Brent Beaird comes up at 5:30. Casey, you want to talk a little baseball right now? How about this headline? These headlines. Oh, I'm a cynical son of a gun. ESPN Major League Baseball page. Ohtani is headed to the mound. Okay, that's legit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Going to the mound. Ohtani interpreter heading to federal prison.
That's crazy.
What? The interpreter, number one, this is another can of worms here, but what the hell's he been doing the last 8 months or whatever?
Yeah, you kind of forgot about that story.
Yeah, so Ohtani's interpreter, who I think, I know nothing inside on this, okay? Casey, I'm like you, and just what I know from reading, I think my boy got handed a bag of money. I think Ohtani knew what was going on.
Yeah.
There.
It's possible. Listen, the part that always threw me off was everybody said, like, before this, not during, but like Ipe, which was the name of the interpreter, like he was like an all-world guy. Everybody loved him. Like, and then this happens, and it's like, oh, he's a scumbag. It's like,
and the whole thing is they're saying he stole.
Yes.
Yeah. But wink, wink. The other story is Ohtani had a little gambling bug.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So anyway, and how do you say his first name? Ipe?
Ipe, yeah.
Ipe is the interpreter. The disgraced former interpreter for Los Angeles Dodgers superstar Shohei Ohtani is in federal prison in Pennsylvania.
Wow.
Maybe he got to go to the golf tournament, though, at least.
Well,
maybe over the weekend.
Maybe.
A spokesperson for the FBI, or Federal Bureau of Prisons, told ESPN on Monday. Ipe, 40, was ordered to surrender to federal authorities by Monday. So, damn, he had a nice little run there.
I guess so, yeah. I mean,
little run. I mean, this is about a year old, isn't it? This story?
Oh, this is last spring training. Yeah, this is more than a year old for sure.
Yeah, over a year old. So, I mean, there's getting your affairs in order, and then there's getting your affairs in order.
Maybe that's part of it.
He is in custody at Federal Correction Institute, Allenwood, a low-security facility after being sentenced to 57 months in prison for stealing $17 million from Ohtani.
That's
wink,
it?
wink. And I don't think he's ever been in trouble, right? He's a pretty good guy, as you said.
Yeah.
So that'll get cut in half easily.
So you're telling me if I steal $17 million, it's only 57 months?
Yeah, what is 57 months? Can you do the math real quick?
48
Yeah.
for over 4 years.
Dude, and he's pretty clean. He's going to do 2 years, low security, and I mean, I don't want to get in trouble here with slander or whatever, but don't you feel Ohtani gambled this money away?
I feel that it definitely did not go down the way they're telling us.
Yeah, he's fall guy. He's Ipte is a consenting fall guy, I think. Right?
I don't think you're alone in that thought.
You know, I mean, there's set up not consenting. You're the fall guy, and that sucks for that guy. Mm-hmm. I think this guy is hey man, dude,
we need you.
We don't need and I wouldn't be surprised if MLB is behind this. I mean, the last thing they want is Ohtani a year and a half ago to get popped in a huge gambling thing.
Oh yeah, it would have been.
And I mean,
terrible.
This is a worldwide, as well known almost worldwide. I mean, this is like soccer guys worldwide.
Yes, definitely.
I mean, the money that is generated by Ohtani playing in Major League Baseball in the Americas,
huge.
Over in his country,
yep,
it's ungodly.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, attorney declined ESPN comment, but previously stated that he expects Ipte, a Japanese citizen, to eventually be deported because I guess he wants to go spend time in his country.
Interesting.
Dodgers fired him in March of 24 after the ESPN investigation revealed he sent millions in wire transfers from Ohtani's account to an illegal bookmaker. Man, this smells, doesn't it?
Yeah, it would be a heck of if anybody could uncover the story, it'd be certainly something.
Yeah.
They make movies about it.
He pled guilty to bank fraud and filing a false tax report. Gosh darn, Ipte. You knew that's what got Al Capone, right? Right, Texas got Al Capone, didn't it?
Which is crazy in its own.
Admitted that, come on. It says false tax reports in June of 24 admitting that he placed about 19,000 bets with a bookie over a 2-year period.
That's crazy.
And accumulated over $40 million in debt.
Bro was not good at it.
Dude.
Must have been betting the way you're betting, just like, why not?
Yeah. By the way, I think I've got one World Series game right so far.
Oh, Good. Well,
One. And it took Louisville scoring like 5 in the 8th.
Nice.
To get that. This dude, man, I hope he gets a lot of money coming to him that Ohtani has promised him.
Might have already happened. Might already be done.
For taking. I just thought it was hilarious, the headline.
It is.
You got 2 headlines.
Pretty devious.
Isn't that great? You got 2 headlines, and one of them, Ohtani is headed to the mound. Ohtani's interpreter is heading to federal prison. Baseball still stunned about the trade, the Devers trade. No, that didn't leak at all, right? I mean,
no, it was nowhere.
You know who's in the middle of all that? Buster Posey.
Yeah, Posey's the one that pulled the trigger.
Old FSU and great catcher for FSU and Major Leagues.
Yep.
He's running the show now, right?
He is.
Buster Posey right in the middle of that.
Good for him. His first big move.
Yankees, how about the Yankees? Your boy Judge goes cold as ice. They bring up Stanton.
Oh, that's right. He is coming back.
They're bringing up Stanton set for his debut. For people that don't know, Ohtani will go to the mound tonight for the first time in a long time. Long time. He's scheduled to pitch for the Dodgers. He'll start tonight in L.A. against San Diego, a good team. Scheduled 1, maybe 2 innings, depending on how the first inning goes. So trying to see if there's any other stuff here that we need to...
I've never understood the 1-2 inning thing, like coming back from injury.
Yeah, what do you think?
Like, all right, so you're telling me that he's good enough to play, but only for 12 pitches. Like, you're telling me if he throws 15, he's blowing out his arm again.
Yeah, or is it a sore thing? I don't know.
Yeah, but I've always thought it was so dumb because you throw these
simulated.
You throw simulated, throw the bullpens that are probably 50, 60 pitches, and they're like, all right, couldn't possibly throw more than 14 in the game or you're cooked. Like, it's just, I've always thought it was such a dumb thing.
That's how they do it, right? Judge, Aaron Judge, 1 for 12 as Yankees swept. Gosh, yesterday he was hitting 3 home runs in a row. He was red hot. Baseball. Can be a...
And he might do it again this week.
Yeah. You never can be a real cruel game. Brent Beard's coming up at the bottom of the hour. A couple things I want to get to, just looking at some college football. I guess this is not top of mind, but just reading some stuff about the SEC. They're calling it a drought. First time the SEC has gone 2 years in a row without a title in football since 2013 FSU, 2014 Ohio State.
What a drought.
I thought it meant more.
That's what they say.
What a drought. What a drought. And don't want to pile on FSU, but we'll probably do this tomorrow or Wednesday. We'll get some stuff that has happened in the offseason today with Brent around the SEC, I think a lot. Maybe tomorrow or Wednesday around the ACC. Reading some FSU stuff. Gosh darn, they hit rock bottom last year. God, Casey,
it was bad.
Offensively, Florida State last year in their 2-10 season, they finished 131st in the country points per game at 15.3.
That's terrible.
15.3 they averaged.
Not going to win many if you do that. And
they
didn't.
131, and to help get them there, they finished 132nd in all of Division I football last year in yards per play, 4.4.
With an offensive coach.
Yeah.
And a quarterback that they paid significantly to come there.
So 4.4, you got to go for it on 4th down every time to get a first down, right?
Yes, basically.
Right, you better start going for it.
Leave the punter at home.
Like crazy. Man. Speaking of FSU's offense, so we can get into this a little bit later. Gus Malzahn has come over to be the OC. He's 60 years old.
Nice.
Gus Malzahn, I don't know him personally, but seen him and followed his career like a lot of people. He doesn't strike me as warm and fuzzy.
He does not.
And he also strikes me as one of those guys, not a terrible thing I'm about to say, but he's got that 3 to 5 year lifespan where you just get tired of him.
Yes. Yeah,
right?
Everybody has.
So he's going to go be the right-hand man on offense to Mike Norvelle, who I think is kind of a type A.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, and Brent Beaird shares I don't know how that marriage is going to work out.
Probably not well.
Yeah, I'm the boss. No, I'm the boss. Wait a minute. I'm the boss. Who's the boss?
Yeah, I mean, it could likely end with somebody getting fired. I don't know if Gus Malzahn is would be put in a position next coach in waiting.
No. I can't imagine that. I think Gus is done as a head coach.
Well, if Mike Norvelle gets fired at 0-6, he's going to be their interim.
He'll be the interim, but
if they win 4 games.
Oh my goodness!
You're looking at Gus.
A lot of times when the interim wins some games in any sport, it's the worst thing that could happen.
Yep. You know? Especially somebody like that, if he were to, because he's
got the resume,
yes.
Sure. But he's 60. It looks like the games passed him by.
Mm-hmm.
The word. Now he didn't necessarily get fired from UCF.
He left.
The word is he left. He just wanted to say, hey, let me call some ball plays the rest of my time, however long. And
I respect it.
Yeah. But I don't know about that dynamic. Ooh.
Yeah, it's probably not going to be perfect.
And they opened with an angry Alabama team.
Good luck with that.
Yeah. Maybe we'll bring this up with Brent here in a few minutes. Let's take a break. Brent Beaird coming back. All things college sports on the other side with us on the Young and Norvelle Show on Action Sports Jacks.
You really got to hand it to him. Hold on.
The previous play is under further review.
I'm not sure what he could review, but okay. Sure has been a while. Dynamic Hurricane Grill and Wings for the football season. Well, there he is. Oh, what is that?
At Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, we know pain and injuries can stop you from doing what you love. This is why our board-certified orthopedic specialists offer the latest in both non-surgical and surgical treatment options and create a treatment plan tailored to your unique lifestyle and goals. So, whether it is a sports injury or that nagging pain that's keeping you from doing what you love, our team has the right treatment for you. For more information or to schedule an appointment online, visit our website.
Most of us know how to throw. But you need to know what to throw. I'm not talking about footballs, baseballs, softballs. We're talking about those items you need to recycle. Republic Services explains it easy. Recycling simplified. 1. Know what to throw. When in doubt, throw it out. 2. Empty, clean, and dry those materials. It takes an extra minute, but it makes a big difference. And 3. Don't bag it. This makes the recycling process faster and more efficient. This is a look at the Republic Services North Florida Recycling Center. You can make this process even more efficient. By utilizing those 3 steps, Republic Services can help you become a better recycler in your home. Learn more at recyclingsimplified.com.
Finally, a family atmosphere, kid-friendly restaurant with a real sports bar feel. Bricks Jack's Beach features all of that and a large, climate-controlled covered patio with misting fans and heaters for all seasons. Mix in an extremely diverse menu that features the most quality and affordable steak at the beach, and there's no reason not to enjoy your next lunch, dinner, happy hour, or big sporting event at Bricks Jack's Beach, 300 2nd Street North in Jacksonville Beach. See you at Bricks Jack's Beach.
Are you about to graduate high school and haven't decided on what you want to do when you get done? Well, one option is to apply to become a student in the Electrical Training Alliance of Jacksonville. Their program offers structured classroom and online training along with on-the-job training so that you can earn while you learn. Still not convinced? The folks at ETA Jacks are a tuition-free 4-year apprenticeship program. There is no tuition and no student debt. Just pay for your books and your fees. That's it. Now, speaking of pay, students, they start off making $40,000 per year, including benefits, and they graduate, get this, making over $80,000 per year, including those sought-after benefits. Now, that sounds pretty good to me, and if that sounds good to you, it should check off a lot of boxes. So head on over to etajacks.org and apply by May 15th. Again, the website, right here, etajacks.org. Don't wait, apply today.
The rhythm of my heart is beating like a drum, with we Armada rolling off our tongues. Never will we roam, for we know our place is home. Where the ocean meets the skies, we be sailing. Where the ocean meets the skies, we be sailing.
Let's get back into it as we've got about a half hour left to talk some college sports with our best buddy, Mr. Brent Beaird, joining us. How you doing, my friend? What's going on this hot Monday?
Well, I tell you what, the heat is being trimmed down a good bit because it is storming.
Is it coming down?
Yeah, it's coming down and storming over here in Fleming Island. So, but we have hot things to talk about, including, how about this one here?
Oh, that's beautiful. Now, that's a good one, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the full-size one.
We've been waiting on this for a while. So, Terry, between several things to talk about here and that no-hitter at the College
How
World
about that?
Series,
Woo.
that was just amazing, wasn't it? Good.
What a
grief.
performance. Third ever. Arkansas's pitcher, Gage Wood, throws a 9-inning complete game, no-hitter, and barely had a ball hit out of the infield. Barely had a ball put in play. 19 of the 27 strikeouts. Arkansas may face LSU. LSU plays UCLA tonight. Brent, wasn't there a big meeting today? Has it happened? Or
There was on the portal.
Yeah.
It is what it was, and timing is everything in life. So the word just came down from Chris Vanini a few minutes ago. And by the way, we need to mention this expansion stuff too.
Okay.
In the Manning passing count, but the reality is no recommendations from the FBS Oversight Committee today about a single transfer portal. Per sources, the conversation will continue. So what they're obviously looking at.
Woo! I heard that.
Yeah, you were right. What they're looking at is trimming this thing down from 2 to 1. Hopefully that's going to happen sooner than later because what they had in April just not working.
Did that read to you like they couldn't come to a consensus, or there's not? It got pushed. You said, right? They didn't make a decision.
No recommendation yet.
Okay.
So I'm not saying they necessarily tabled it, I guess, but
yeah, maybe everybody didn't get their time or something.
Could be. So we'll know more about it, I think, as the night goes along. But that's something that really needs to happen, and it will be a big benefit to football and even the players if they just limit it to one.
I agree. It's just going to give it a lot more structure. A lot more structure. Know who's on your team, who's not on your team, what positions you need to try to plug, what positions you seem like you're okay in. Brent, let me tell people real quick. I need to get this in as camp season is upon us. The Jacksonville Basketball Academy camps are well underway. No matter what skill level, what age group your young basketball player is in, if he or she wants to improve their game, there's none better than the Jacksonville Basketball Academy. Coach Jim Martin runs it. He owns it. He operates it all over town. They go all the way through early August, so you've got plenty of time. A bunch more week-long camps are available. Check out all they can do, all you can do to get signed up. Very simple, wonderful website. Go Google them at JacksonvilleBasketballAcademy.com. JacksonvilleBasketballAcademy.com. Brent, I'm going to spin off. I know you got a couple things. Casey and I don't know how we got onto this. We got talking a moment ago about Florida State, and I saw an article about the ACC and reading FSU. It was talking about their putrid offense they had last year, and obviously Gus Malzahn coming over. Casey and I both, and I think you and I have agreed before, I'm not so sure about that marriage. Two similar personalities in Malzahn and Norvelle. I didn't realize FSU's numbers were so bad. They were 131 in scoring at 15.3 a game and 132 in yards per play, 4.4. Man, they got to get that offense on track. That's terrible.
Yeah, terrible. They do. They do to Terry, and I'm still just not sure if Thomas Castellanos is a guy.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a dual threat guy. I mean, Rodell Williams from Alabama is a pretty good back. He's not a game breaker, necessarily. that they've got. Squirrel White, if he's healthy, can help them. The Tennessee product who is transferred there. But no, I'm with you. The jury is still out.
And Brent, I've got there's one thing that could save Florida State football 2025 is they could stack up a few wins. They have a terrible schedule.
They truly do.
I mean, there are some. I mean, Alabama week 1, okay. Then I mean, you can go. FSU could fool some people and stack up a few wins and not be this good. Listen to this: East Texas A&M, Kent State, Virginia's been a mess for a few years.
They have.
Miami, Pittsburgh, at Stanford. They got a new coach that got fired a couple months ago.
Right.
Wake Forest is not Wake Forest of days gone by.
No.
Okay, Clemson. Virginia Tech is spinning their wheels. NC State's NC State. Then they've got Florida. They could win 3 or 4 games just because of a terrible schedule.
And did you notice how many of those games are home?
Yeah, bunch of them.
I mean, frankly, first 3, and then 4 out of 5, 5 out of 6, 5 out of the first 6 are at home.
Good for them, man.
So if you're trying to rebuild a program, that's the kind of schedule that you want. Stanford, frankly, is terrible.
It really are.
So that now, obviously, they've got to be careful going to Clemson and certainly going to Florida. Also, that may not bode well at all. But still,
let's say they lose to Alabama, Miami, Clemson, and Florida.
Yeah,
you got 8 games left. And right. I mean, a bunch of those teams are a mess. I mean,
they are.
You go get 5 of those 8 or 6 of those 8, and at least the wheels don't fall off. It might be a facade, but at least the wheels don't fall off.
But see, their problem would be they've got to be careful and not end up losing in one of these even double-digit underdog type things.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't want to lose to Wake at home or Virginia Tech at home or NC State at Raleigh's been a house of horrors for them. For years.
Yeah. And you know, I'm not guaranteeing this is going to happen, but FSU right out of the gate could get beat by 35 points.
Yeah.
I mean, that's we got plenty of time, but speak to that. That's an angry Alabama program coming in to show DeBoer and that program. They're going to come in Tallahassee angry as hell, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. I don't think there's any doubt about that. That game for them is going to be very dependent upon the FSU defense and how improved they are. To your point, there'll be all kinds of this talk about Gus Malzahn had a little success against Nick Saban when he was at Auburn, things of that nature. But and again, and I credit him because they were able to do it. But Terry, you and I both know Malzahn was in deep trouble at UCF.
Yeah.
If he stays there, and very well even could have been fired. Now, what happened is Malzahn early on gave Mike Norvelle either one of his first jobs, certainly one of his first jobs.
Yeah.
And you remember that. And if a guy calls you and says, "Hey, can I help you do something?" you hire him. So that's a lot of where that is. But you and I both know what Malzahn wants to do, unless he wants to retire, is to see if he can reinvent himself for a couple of years and see where he can end his career.
Man, I don't think anybody would want to go hire him of note any school.
No.
Looks like the Pac-12 is still swinging hard, trying to piece together. What do they need? 8 programs? They're sitting on 6, I think, right now.
Yeah.
And you know, of what they had to choose from, which wasn't much, bringing in the Boise's of the world and all, they did about as good as they can. Now it looks like maybe Texas State may be the beneficiary. Boy, that would be nobody knows much about Texas State, but what a shot in the arm if you're Texas State to go in the Pac-12, even if it's the reinvented Pac-12.
Oh, yeah. Listen, there's no doubt about that. But yeah, that was a big deal last night with the rumors going on about that. Now, people may have forgotten this, but what to their credit, the Pac-12 has added Fresno State, San Diego State, Boise State, Colorado. They try to get UNLV and Air Force, which will really help them, but they stay in the Mountain West. So they try to get Tulane, and Tulane really wasn't interested. Now, the big deal with this story is what happens to Memphis.
Yeah.
And look, Terry, Memphis is not a bad school. I mean, obviously, Mike Norvelle was there. His cohort, assistant coach, got that job. And that I know they're known for basketball, but that's a decent Terry, that's a decent program. I don't could you know where they need to go is they should have worked out a deal with the ACC.
Absolutely.
And vice versa before they went out and got Cal and Stanford.
That Memphis is perfect for the ACC. Geographically, absolutely better than Stanford and Cal. Absolutely. And, Memphis is that program. Who's there now? Ryan Silverfield? Or maybe that it was a Norvelle disciple. Right. Memphis probably the last, they had, even though he kind of flamed out, Justin Fuente was there, right? He kind of got to name his job a little bit. He was a hot guy there. Mike Norvelle was a hot guy. Memphis was about 1.5, 2 wins away from having 5 or 6 really big seasons, and they never could quite get that final big game. But Memphis, you're right. If I'm Memphis, I twist every arm I can to get in the Atlantic Coast Conference.
Yeah. Now they've had 11 consecutive bowl eligibility years.
Yeah.
Now that's pretty good.
Not bad. Not bad at all. A couple things I saw on the Atlantic, Brent. They do a pretty good job. I like their college football stuff. They had an interesting story today. We don't have to go through everyone, but 10 offseason moves that might shape the SEC. Number one was they said, and I don't know if they did it in order, but this Mateer guy from Washington State.
Yes.
Boy, speaking of offense and putrid, Oklahoma had a putrid offense, and Brent Venables has got to fix that. He's praying this guy's the guy. He brought the offensive coordinator as well with him.
Yeah. And now the biggest thing that Venables did was he went back to calling plays on the defense.
Yeah, defense.
That's the thing he needed to do more than anything else. But Mateer was really good at Washington State, and as you mentioned, Ben Arbuckle is a guy who's following him to Oklahoma. But you remember, Terry, they played Auburn last year, and every starting wide receiver was injured.
Yeah. That's tough, man. That is really, really tough. There was also a point in this little article today I read. It pointed out, and when you see it on paper, you go, interesting. 3 schools that did not mess with portal quarterbacks, we don't think. They're going to ride with what they got. Alabama, Georgia, and Ole Miss. Yeah. It pointed out they're all going the old school way. Maybe we can develop a guy.
Right. Oh, yeah. Well, and I don't blame them. Now, you've got established guys and Garrett Nussmeier and Diego Pavia, who you don't have to go out and get with that. Now Bo Pribula is at Missouri. I don't know where that's going.
Yeah.
At this point, and I'm still not sure Joey Aguilar at Tennessee coming over from UCLA will not be better than Nico, frankly.
Maybe.
But you're right there, and in Gunner Stockton State, I was on with Bill Shanks a few minutes ago, and Bill made the point of, very little is said about him. He's not listed in any of your preseason quarterbacks. He's toward the bottom of the list. Ty Simpson is too, because frankly, those 2 guys at Georgia and Alabama, Terry, they haven't played enough to even know anything about them.
And, Stockton at Georgia, man, he was handcuffed. Nobody caught the ball.
No.
Nobody could catch the ball in Athens. They think they've remedied that now. But remember that? Yeah. Remember how bad that got last year with Georgia's receivers?
It did. Oh, yeah.
They had game-changing plays just beat their hands up. You know?
Well, had 30 drops on the season's unbelievable, frankly.
Yeah. Another quarterback, offensive coordinator marriage will be fun to track is in South Carolina. Lenore Sellers comes back after a breakout year. I didn't see that coming. With Lenore Sellers. I mean, he's being talked about as one of the 3 or 4 draftable quarterbacks. I mean, he's going to go in the NFL and get a shot.
Now, the thing that came out basically today, I'm glad you mentioned that, is the fact that it has gotten out that, according to Sellers' father, the star quarterback was offered $8 million over 2 years to transfer this season. They didn't say what schools did that. Terry, help me on this. I know he's got all kinds of potential, and I get that, but would he be worth $8 million?
Boy, a lot of people see a lot of things in this guy.
They do.
I just thought he was a running, scrambling guy this time of year. A year ago. Interesting coordinator situation. Mike Shula gets bumped up.
Yes.
At South Carolina because the coordinator that worked with Sellers last year, I don't have his name, he took the App State job, which is a step up for him.
Right. But,
how do you think Mike Shula will do as a coordinator, SEC?
Shula is one of the better quarterback coaches anywhere. And I know we've said this time and time again, but I remember being there for Tim Tebow's commitment, and I'll speed this up. But,
no, you're fine.
But the reality is, Terry, I've been told more than once that he made a decision at 5 o'clock and went to Florida.
Yep.
But what I was told is at 2 o'clock he would have come to Alabama.
Yeah.
If he would have made the decision then. Listen, I'm not exaggerating here. He loved Shula.
Yeah.
And I mean, he loved him. So Shula really, after the Alabama situation, and look, when he was fired from Alabama, what Mal Moore wanted him to do is go get an offensive coordinator, and he wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
So fortunately for Alabama, Nick Saban came. But Shula is really good with quarterbacks. Now, Terry, a couple of things. We'll carry some of these notes over on Wednesday, but a couple of things that really caught my attention in the ACC. And let me read these 2 things to you and get your opinion on them real quick. Cal head coach Justin Wilcox. And Wilcox can really coach.
I agree.
Reports directly now to general manager Ron Rivera. Rivera, the general manager, reports only to the chancellor, Rich Lyons. And okay, let me give you one more. And this one is it Duke? I mean, you've got a similar situation at Duke with that they're reporting now to the general manager. Did you ever think we'd say that?
Different. It's different.
And what we're saying here is these schools now, or the AD or the coach is reporting to the general manager, not the athletic director.
I've got a thought on that too. First and foremost, why it's awkward. I think it's awkward. It's new and awkward.
Yeah.
Why me? Why even make that public knowledge?
I agree. Yeah, that's a good point.
I wonder what's what's to be gained by making that? There's no rule that I don't think we all work together. We've all got one goal. We hope to, I hope I can lean on his experience from the NFL, blah, blah, blah. Why make that public knowledge? I don't know.
Well, and one more thing from the ACC, the Duke quarterback, Darren Mensah, said he had a lot of opportunities to leave, but he stayed. He's set to make more than $3 million in his first season at Duke.
And he's the guy that helped Florida win the bowl game because he didn't play for Tulane.
That's right.
He went from Tulane to I am glad, though, it looks like with the oversight committee and check checks and balances committee that's coming in. They're going to track these deals. Those days of these $8 million deals, I think, are over in a few years.
Yes. Yes. And that's part of the motivation for getting this deal done.
Yeah.
It's kind of like you said a few minutes ago, and we said last week, getting this deal done means that a lot of these other things, it's going to be a trickle-down effect. A lot of these other things are going to get done now, too.
Yeah, I can't wait for that to happen. And I think it goes back a little bit to, like I said, if they can make it college athletics, college football is a private entity. If you want to come into our private entity, here are our rules and regulations. We're not saying you can't down the road go make NIL money to the nth degree, but we're going to put some checks and balances while you're in our club. If you don't like it, get out of our club.
Yeah. And Terry, I'm going to ask, this question has to be asked, are you going to sleep better tonight because Joey Chestnut is coming back to the hot dog eating contest?
Man, I hope it starts this July 4th, right? Thank God, man. We got Joey's back.
Yeah, he missed last year, but he's back. Man. He's back this year.
Joey's back, Coney Island. Look for it. All right, Mr. Beaird, let's do it on Wednesday. Appreciate your time.
Good. Always, brother.
That's our buddy Brent Beaird. We'll actually break for the day. We'll come back tomorrow talking a lot of baseball. We've got Cade Kistner, our buddy from Sports Illustrated. A lot to go over with Major League Baseball tomorrow, among a lot of other things. College World Series as well. We'll do it tomorrow. For Casey Kurtz, I'm Terry Norvelle. Have a great rest of your Monday, everybody.
At Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, we know pain and injuries can stop you from doing what you love. This is why our board-certified orthopedic specialists offer the latest in both non-surgical and surgical treatment options and create a treatment plan tailored to your unique lifestyle and goals. So, whether it is a sports injury or that nagging pain that's keeping you from doing what you love, our team has the right treatment for you. For more information or to schedule an appointment online, visit our website.
Finally, a family atmosphere, kid-friendly restaurant with a real sports bar feel. Bricks Jack's Beach features all of that and a large, climate-controlled covered patio with misting fans and heaters for all seasons. Mix in an extremely diverse menu that features the most quality and affordable steak at the beach, and there's no reason not to enjoy your next lunch, dinner, happy hour, or big sporting event at Bricks Jack's Beach, 300 2nd Street North in Jacksonville Beach. See you at Bricks Jack's Beach.
You really got to hand it to him. Hold on.
The previous play is under further review.
I'm not sure what he could review, but okay. Sure has been a while. Dine in at Hurricane Grill and Wings for the football season. Well, there he is. Oh, what is that?
The schedules are out for another summer of soccer here in Jacksonville with the Armada men's and women's under-23 squads, starting with the ladies and the home opener on May 24th. 2 weeks later, they're back in Northeast Florida for a June 7th matchup. The season wraps up with a pair of Friday night home matches June 20th and the 27th. As for the boys in blue, they debut against a couple league newcomers on May 9th and 17th respectively, with more home dates on May 31st, June 14th, and June 21st. All those matches are at Edward Waters University, and you can watch them live on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network. Those teams are a big focus on Fleet and Footy, covering the big soccer stories each week on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network.
I'll put one in the back of the net for you.
Join us for player profiles, fun interviews, and the very latest on the Fleet and all things footy. That's every Thursday at 2 p.m.
Empower a future, inspire a dream. It's a bold but simple mission for the Jacksonville Police Athletic League known as Jack's PAL. Help the next generation of kids in Jacksonville shape a brighter future. their after-school programs, teenage leadership programs. There's community outreach.
This has been just an awesome opportunity to be out here with my colleagues and do something good for the community. It's really been an interesting opportunity to just see everybody work together in a way that we don't normally in the office.
And there's sports. There are also ways you can help the next generation with a donation of any kind. Just visit jackspal.org to get more information. Empower a future, inspire a dream with Jack's Pal.
When you think sports, you think Action Sports Jacks, the official station of the Jaguars, on location for every game. But the most experienced team in town doesn't stop there. From high school football to the big events in the area, Action Sports Jacks is always on. Now, we take that to a new level. Action Sports Jacks 24/7 is around-the-clock coverage of the teams you love and the moments you can't miss. The best local sports in Jacksonville.